So, hey guys, we are live and we are opening with a treat because Martino and Semaj and Chad and Brigade are all going to sing for us. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm
ready. All right, guys, hit. This is our topic today.
I was going to go to church until I got high. That's it.
I was going to sit down and pay the tithe, and then I got high. I was going to stand up and praise the Lord.
Oh, no. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Come on. There's another verse. Let's hit it.
Ooh, da, 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 da.
Brigade, you know the song.
I do. That was my part.
You know your song. All right, what's your verse, Brigade? I want to hear it.
Yo,
I
Jeff's
was going to mop the stalls, but then I got high.
I was going to vacuum the church carpet, but then I got high.
All right.
So
So,
Jeff's already on it. He said yes.
I think you are high.
so anyway, obviously our topic today is
Should Christians smoke?
weed. It says pot.
I'm sorry, but only old people call it pot. I thought pot was power on
Only
the spot.
old people call it pot. Yo, wait. I love what Tess said. Tess said, I feel like who cares?
Because God cares. That's why. And that's why we're talking about this.
Yo, so many people on Instagram have something like that. Yes, Savannah said yes.
All right, well, just listen to look. Don't. We're going to ask you. All right. So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So if you had a choice, what one topic would you choose for us to discuss?
Me?
Yeah, if you had a choice. Martino, start with you.
If I had a choice, I would stick to my want to talk about Calvinism.
Okay, Gianna, what would be your choice? One topic. We'll come back.
Yes.
Brigade.
I like this topic.
you like weed or you like this topic?
The topic, I'm curious.
All right, Chad. What would be your topic?
I would say God in the music industry, or where is God in the music industry?
Where is God in the? That's a good one.
I like that one.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Semaj?
So I've been hearing this lately. A lot of Jews are still waiting for the Messiah to come.
Not a
So
lot, all Jews.
well, all Jews. All Jews. Well, I guess there's Messianic though. So I'm saying, like,
Yeah, I mean, that's come on.
The
There's
Jewish
a number of Jews
religion,
right,
that are traditionalists.
ones
They
that-
don't even believe any of this.
right. So my thing is, my topic would be, they're still waiting for the Messiah. So when the Messiah comes, what he's going to do differently, what Jesus has already done.
All right. Well, we'll get there. That's our topic.
Yeah.
Gianna, what's yours?
What should we have for dinner?
Sounds like my wife. How about our viewers?
I'm not sure.
Write in. What would be your topic if there was one topic you'd like us to discuss? Let's say this is our closing program. We've had a wonderful run, but that's not the case. But what would your topic be?
All right. So those
you
are on
don't have one,
Instagram.
Gianna?
If you have any topics that you'd like us to talk about, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, what would it be?
And same for you. If there's a topic you'd like us to talk about in the future, just put in the comments and
Right.
we'll address it.
What about me? You
Yeah.
think I have one?
You probably have a few hundred.
I do. My first would be the Christian's place in the demise of America. 'Cause
I don't think it's a
I
year.
think we're heading
That's
in that
super
direction.
deep. Jeez.
Think
So,
it's your-
what is our place? How do we respond to it? My other would be what happened to the cross in the church's message?
What happened to the cross
In the church's,
message?
I think the crosses are
It
gone.
disappeared.
It disappeared. Why?
That's my opinion.
And then, why grace trumps the law? No pun intended. And then, finding Jesus in every book of the Bible. They would be mine.
Okay, that's my favorite one.
I
to
like
say.
that.
What?
Finding Jesus in every book of the Bible. That's
All right,
awesome.
I think
I like
that surpasses everything.
Do you?
Yeah, let's do that one next.
You want to do that?
Yeah,
for
because
Easter?
it
For Easter.
because here it validates the New Testament. That's why I love that, because you do find Jesus
in every book. Yeah, we'll do that. That's a cool topic, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's go back to smoking weed.
Well, you didn't welcome everybody yet.
I'm sorry. Welcome to HJL-Live Live, where we believe that God rescues the dreams that have been shattered by the cruelties and injustices of life.
Hey, before we get on our topic, let's show our shirts. They're in.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, guess who are the first people who bought shirts?
Who?
You were there.
With Jen and Steve?
Jen and Steve Benson.
Nice.
They saw
They're
this. She said, I want one of each. One for him, one for me. And they bought them.
All right, so
First people.
Brigade.
Yeah,
John,
Brigade, come
What do
on
you guys
over
have
here.
to
You're
say?
our model. I'm going to move out.
Brigade has one of the shirts
I
I
got
have
the
on.
same shirt. And you're the only one who wore.
Yeah, but you're the model.
I have a short
You have
sleeve
yours on, Chad?
You're the model. I have a
You
dad
come
bod.
You come model the other one.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. Janizzle?
Buy a shirt.
Yeah, that's right.
Faux shizzle.
Oh, there you go.
Backwards.
Oh, you're
Because of the
here.
camera, honey. Come on.
Yeah, it's been, but we read it.
They get the point.
Why
are you telling me that? Stop gossip.
There you go. There are two shirts. The short sleeve are $17, and the long sleeve are $21.
All right.
And we're only making $3 a shirt, so your charity and mine aren't going to do
Yeah,
very
we
well.
make a lot of shirts to feed these animals.
Sure, but that all included the setup. So next run around, maybe we'll have a little more profit, right?
Okay. All right.
So we're going to look at the pros and the cons, and most importantly, God's word on should a Christian smoke. I said pot. That's old school. But the young kids say what?
Weed.
Weed.
It's like you saying reefer. Like,
Yeah. How many people do you have on watching you?
we had like 10 on. They're gonna come back on.
Okay, because I want to hear the answer. So let's do this. How would you answer that question just off the top of your head? We're going to go around the table, right?
Okay.
Viewers, how would you respond to it? Just if somebody says to you, "Do you think Christians should smoke weed?" What would you say, Gianna?
I would say when it comes to medical purposes,
Okay, medical purposes only. Is that what you're saying?
medical and mental, sure.
Now it's mental. What about emotional? We going to add that?
No.
Physical,
I
financial,
think
spiritual.
Mental is emotional.
Mental definitely is emotional.
It ties in.
I think so.
I would say mental's health too. That's
Yeah,
medical
that's
as
what
well.
I'm
Now,
saying.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Your turn will come. All right, Brigade, what do you think? Somebody
I-
asked you that, right?
Well,
off the
you
top.
said should. I think it should just be like, if you want to, go for it. If not, then
So that's Brigade. He's our honest sort of, what shall we say?
Pothead.
No. He's our honest, out of the church pew commentary.
You
That's
wanna
what
get
it is.
fried.
He's our street commentary, right?
Yeah, he does street
So are
commentary.
you saying that if you want to get fried, you get fried?
yeah, I mean,
Okay, did you bring me
like don't
something to
let it
drink?
let you not be productive
This
in the
isn't
day.
strong enough today. Come on, Gianna. All right, Chad, what do you think?
No, I would say to each their own. You know, if it's for you, do it. If not,
Oh my God, that's the young generation. Listen to this.
I say like people with cancer, they say.
Well,
medical-
we'll get there. We'll get
All right.
there. All right, Chad. Just yes or no.
to
What do you
each-
think?
To each their own. I mean, if it's for you, okay. If not, it's your personal
Who could be
preference.
against you?
So, what would happen if God's word says otherwise? Would you reconsider your thinking?
Yes.
How about you, Brigade?
Yeah, I guess I'd have to, right?
I'll do it reluctantly. Is that what you're saying?
No, you mentioned reading Bible lives.
What about if the medical profession said otherwise?
He cared more about God's
I didn't ask
word
you.
than
What's
medical.
your comment? Right.
I
off
would
the
say it
top.
depends on the circumstances.
All right. How about you?
I think it depends how much. It should in moderation, whether it's
Yeah.
legal or not, in my opinion.
Would that be like the circumstances?
You're asking me questions. Should Christians be allowed to smoke pot? My answer would be in moderation. If they're going to get stone-faced high and stupid, I think absolutely not, because that's something that what is it called? You know, like if you drink too much, it
Yeah,
makes
you get drunk.
Yeah, so
Well,
that
you-
does what?
Oh, it makes you like oblivious.
Yeah,
I'm over.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You lose your ability to think correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I.
Yeah, like if you smoke, like go to sleep, like it's late at night, you're just chilling.
So we're going to look
Yeah.
at the pros and cons from a article by Health.
Okay.
So this organization has been around since 1981. The lady who did the research is Amanda McMillan. She's a graduate of Lehigh University, and her major was health and science. She's a journalist,
Okay.
and it was reviewed by Dr. Arno Kroner.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about the pros and the cons. So Semaj, this is one of the pros, but yet the funny thing is, still has a negative. You can read it to us.
Okay. It may help or aggravate anxiety.
Wait, so that's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it can, and it can have a reverse effect, because I didn't realize this. Well, no, I do. Same thing with alcohol. It affects everybody differently.
Right. That's why I don't like it.
So go ahead.
So, cannabis smokers often report using the drug to relax or relieve emotional stress. A 2017 study published in Drug and Alcohol Dependence found that a very low dose of THC, the primary psychoactive compound in marijuana that makes people feel high, helped people feel less nervous about a public speaking task. But
All right, now notice something.
So we're going to be eating Doritos.
But
while
wait a
we're giving
minute. It
this
was a
speech?
very low dose. So it's just the idea that you're facing something that causes anxiety.
Okay.
All right? Keep going.
But it may not be that simple. That dose was equivalent to only a few puffs on a marijuana cigarette, said the study authors. They also found that slightly higher amounts of THC, anything that would produce even a mild high, actually made the anxiety worse.
Isn't that interesting? So it was predicated, like you said,
Yeah.
on how much. Right? So keep going.
Additionally, according to NIDA, people who have taken large doses of marijuana may experience acute psychosis. Symptoms of acute psychosis can include hallucinations, delusions, and a loss of the sense of personal identity.
Bam.
Jeez.
Mic drop, y'all.
Yeah, right. All right. So, Martino, you can read number 2. There's 10 of these, by the
Okay.
way.
It can relieve chronic pain and nausea. Pain relief is a common reason people use medical marijuana. The National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine concluded in 2017 that good evidence exists to support the practice. Marijuana-produced products also appear to be effective at calming muscle spasms caused by multiple sclerosis and easing nausea and vomiting due to chemotherapy, the report stated. The National Academies also determined that there is moderate evidence that cannabis or cannabis-derived products may help people who have trouble sleeping due to sleep apnea, fibromyalgia, or chronic pain. You know, it's funny. My doctor said that I should try gummies because I have a hard time sleeping, and I did sleep, but I hated this taste in the morning, and I'm just not a marijuana person.
Okay. But so that's its one positive, because even the one you read, its positive was a negative, because I suspect most people will do more than take 1 or 2 quote-unquote puffs or whatever they're going to do to solve their little anxiety. Right?
I'm picturing the big glass bomb and the room full of smoke.
In a college dorm somewhere.
All right, number 3, Semaj.
People with epilepsy may benefit. In a 2018 study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, cannabis oil, is that what it is?
It's cannabis. It's
Yeah,
oil.
yeah.
Right.
A derivative of marijuana reduced seizures by 39% in children with Dravet syndrome, a rare form of epilepsy.
That's significant.
Well, a lot of cancer patients take the oil too.
Do they? Keep
The
reading.
cannabis oil used in the study approved by the FDA in 2018 and marketed as Epidiolex won't make people high because it doesn't contain THC.
That's right.
According to an article published in the British Journal of Clinical, it's published in the British Journal of Clinical.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's that saying?
I thought it was.
It's saying that they take out the part that makes you high, and you only get the medical benefits.
Yeah.
Right. So that's an obvious plus in this case.
Right.
So Martino, what's our next? Number 4.
Marijuana may be a safer alternative to opioids. Well, that's a given, right?
Yeah.
2016 study in the Journal of Health
Interesting
Affairs
term.
found that there were 1,826 fewer daily doses of painkillers prescribed per year on average in states where medical marijuana was legal compared to states it was not. Still, cautions the NIDA, some research suggests that marijuana use is a getaway drug or a drug that is likely to precede the use of other licit or illicit substances that could lead to the development of addiction.
All right, let's go back to this.
Yeah.
It's a gateway drug.
What'd I say?
Getaway. It's that too. but you know what? A gateway is just opening the gate
Yeah.
to what's coming next. Go ahead.
That's funny. For instance, per NIDA, one study using long-term data found that adults who reported marijuana use were more likely than adults who did not use marijuana to develop an alcohol use disorder within 3 years.
Yeah.
I can't get past the smell. Ask Gianna, if we go somewhere and someone smells like weed, I
You
gotta
gotta
leave.
go.
I gotta get out. I can't
Yeah.
stand the smell of it.
So this on this article. So we have 2017, 2018. Now we're going to 2019. she updated this in 2022, so she made sure all these stats
Somebody said, "What
were
would
the same."
Jesus do?"
What would Jesus do?
I would imagine he wouldn't smoke it.
Well, wait till we get to the end.
Oh!
All right, Semaj.
Wait. Oh, okay,
Why
all
are you
right.
saying wait?
'Cause
We're
you said
gonna
wait
see-
till we get to the
well,
end.
Wait till we see what God says about it.
Oh Lord! I was going to
Okay.
serve the fish. But
I was going to wash Judas'
I didn't
feet.
say
Hey,
you got,
hey,
I didn't
hey,
say
hey.
you got high. There's a difference.
You're
All
being
right.
bad.
I'm not being
Semaj.
bad.
All right.
Come on, Semaj.
It can pose risk to the baby during
Oh
pregnancy.
wait, for those of you just coming on, what's our topic?
should Christians smoke pot?
What's our topic?
Should Christians smoke weed?
All right.
And Brigade said, "Should Christians get fire?" What was it called?
Get fried.
Get fried.
Get fried.
Should Christians
So
get
we
fried?
started out, should we smoke weed or pot? And Brigade says, no, should we get fried? So we're moving. That's our street interview right there, Brigade. He's right across. And Chad was right with him. Goodness, I'm surprised.
But here goes
Chad.
PB. Here goes PB. Do you think Christians should get fried? Like,
No.
All right.
I don't think we should get fried on anything. Not even people who say to get fried on the Holy Ghost, because then they act like idiots. But
Ain't
anyway,
that
let's
the
keep
truth?
going.
All right, number
right.
5, Semaj.
it can pose risk to the baby during pregnancy. Why would you smoke while you're pregnant, though?
Well, people do.
According to a 2019 JAMA Pediatrics article, more pregnant women use marijuana.
Are using marijuana.
Are using marijuana.
That's
That
scary.
is scary.
There is some evidence of an association between marijuana use during pregnancy and future developmental and hyperactivity disorders in children, according to NIDA. For example, research shows that pregnant people who use marijuana have 2.3 times greater risk of stillbirth per the NIDA.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's gigantic.
2.3 times more.
Why would a pregnant woman smoke weed?
That's what I'm saying. The American College of, how do you pronounce that?
Obstetrician. Forget it.
Yeah, of gynecologists. The
Obstetrician.
ACOG
Yeah.
recommended that
Obstetrician.
obstetrician gynecologists counsel people against using marijuana while trying to get pregnant, during pregnancy, and while breastfeeding, based on the potential of marijuana to negatively impact the developing brain of the fetus. ACOG also stated that there's no evidence that marijuana helps with morning sickness.
So clearly, if you're
gosh.
pregnant, you don't touch it.
Right. We got
We shouldn't have to.
Someone-
I
touch
can't
that.
believe someone thinks marijuana is going to help morning sickness.
treat your body like a temple. Whatever we consume ourselves with is who we are. The devil is a liar.
We don't disagree with that
Yeah.
at all. And we're going to look at that verse in the Bible, by the way. So,
How come no one's talking about the smell? It's so hot, ratchet.
All right.
Well, I
Yeah,
think that's not really. It's the
I
act of
smell
doing
my
it before
neighbor's
the smell.
Ugh, it's
oh
horrible.
man,
All
I
right.
know when he's playing his guitar at 4:00 in the morning and smoking dope.
Now we're dope.
See, dope. Now we're in the 60s.
All right, number 6.
Hey, I always told you about that circle I went to with Dr. Peter Seeley. Didn't I tell you about that?
What did you do in the circle?
Okay, so I rented off of him, and I went upstairs, and he's sitting with a bunch of students, and they're passing this joint around, and everybody's smoking it. So I brought him his paycheck for the rent, and he looks at me, and there's this whole circle of college students, and he's the professor, and he didn't quite know what to say, so he said, "You want to join us?"
He asked you to join him?
And I said, "No, thank you." I said, "I'm fine." So then he saw me in the class one day, and he says, "So we were all talking about you when you left,
bet they were.
Sophia." And I said, "Yeah, what'd you say?" And he said, "Well, we said we know why you didn't need to smoke pot." He says, "Because you're high on Jesus." That's what he told me. And I said, "That works."
Yeah. And you had to
So,
go wash your
there's your
clothes
circle.
after you left.
Oh,
All right,
man.
number 6. It
Yeah.
may increase the risk of heart attack. According to the NIDA, there is evidence that a person's risk of a heart attack during the first hour after smoking marijuana is nearly 5 times their usual risk.
Wow. Wow.
This increased risk could be because marijuana raises blood pressure in some cases and heart rate and reduces the blood's capacity to carry oxygen. Now you know why they're all like, huh? Wait, I saw on Instagram a lady was at a stop sign and the cop pulled her over and she's like, he's like, are you high? And she went, hi. And then he said, can I help you? And she said, I'm waiting for it to turn green. And it was a stop sign, not a red light. So, yeah, it definitely does not carry oxygen to the brain when you're on it.
So can I tell you something that happened?
Yeah.
When I was in
Yeah, carrying oxygen to brain, all right.
when I was in high school, I went to get my hair cut. I was sitting in the barber's chair, and there was another barber that was cutting next to my barber. These group of teenagers come in, and they're like, they just came from the store. They have like Doritos, Hot Cheetos, and
They get the munchies.
They got the munchies. So the one kid is sitting down, and he's like, as soon as he comes in, like eyes are squinted, like I need to get my hair cut. He sits down in the chair, right, starts getting his hair cut. The barber says, I'll be right back. He has to grab a towel or something. The guy falls asleep in the chair. Barber goes back to cutting his hair. Kid wakes up and goes, like throws up everywhere. I was like, yo, this is insane. And so then some guy walks in and goes, hey, young bloods, y'all gotta stop smoking that dirt. I was like, yo.
All right. So, number 7.
It's not safe to use marijuana and drive.
Well, Martino just gave us an illustration.
Yeah, that's
I'm waiting for it to turn green.
And then I gotta tell you, the cop pretends he's giving her a breathalyzer, and he hands her a gazoo, and she blows it. It's on my Instagram. You gotta find. I posted it. It's really funny. High as a kite.
All right. We're on number 7.
According to the NIDA, marijuana can impair judgment, motor coordination, and reaction time. Studies have found a direct relationship between blood THC concentration and impaired driving ability. So in addition, per NIDA, marijuana is the illicit drug most frequently found in the blood of drivers who have been involved in vehicle crashes, including fatal ones.
Wow.
A 2021 meta-analysis published in Frontiers in Psychiatry found that studies consistently indicated a slightly but significantly increased risk of crashes after acute cannabis use.
Wow.
The authors noted that some studies showed a significant correlation between high THC blood concentrations and car crash risk.
Isn't that interesting?
Well, it's just common sense.
So, it's looking like the cons outweigh the pros.
You're talking to somebody who hates it.
Yeah. All right, Martino, number 8.
Yeah, can it be harmful to the lungs? The U.S. Food and Drug Administration warned consumers to stop using vaping products containing THC, thank God for that part, amid more than 1,000 reports of lung infections, including some resulting in deaths, following the use of vaping products, period, or vaping products with THC.
We're going to keep reading, you'll see.
A 2021 study in the Journal of Adolescent Health confirmed that vaping is more likely to cause lung damage than smoking marijuana. Wow, with long-term use. And the NIDA notes marijuana smoke irritates the throat and lungs like tobacco smoke. The substance can increase airway inflammation. Thank you. Airway resistance and lung
Hyperinflation.
hyperinflation. What's that mean?
Well, not only inflation, but inflation to an extreme.
Got it. And the USDA noted that heavy marijuana smokers experience serious health problems such as bronchitis, emphysema, and bronchial asthma.
So vaping marijuana is not suggested at all.
They'd rather you smoke it.
Yeah.
They'd rather do like roll it in the
Right.
They'd rather roll it in the
Yes. Because it does something to the lungs.
Hi.
I got you. Number 9. We have 2 more to go, and then we'll go and see what God has.
Someone
to say.
said, I thought in the New Testament God made things good for consumption.
We're going to look at that. That's a
Okay.
great point, and that's one of our points when we close out.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Any other? Do we have anything
Nate's
on
on.
Facebook? No.
Nate's on.
All right.
What's it say?
What do you say, Nate?
You still have to think just because you consume something. Nate said people can overdose on weed similarly to alcohol.
Correct.
Nate said simple answer, sure, in moderation like everything else, like when it comes to using it. And Nate also said
Is that Nate the sound man?
Yeah. Nate.
My man.
Nate said 100% affects your motor function.
Yeah, not to the positive.
So don't smoke it before you mix the sound because you're really good when you're not.
All right, let's go to number 9.
Number 9, it is riskier for adolescents to use. With their brains maturing through young adulthood, regular use of marijuana by teens may have harmful and long-lasting effects on cognitive development and young people warn NIDA.
You know, and that's true.
Yes.
I just know people that come to the church and they've smoked marijuana excessively their whole life. By the time they're in their 40s, they're done.
Well, you could
They're
pick
totally
them out.
fried.
You could pick them out of a crowd. Like, it's just so simple. When you talk to somebody, you can tell if they're strung out or not.
Yeah. People who, and I remember Cheryl cut hair when we were in Pleasantville. And there was a guy who came and he smoked marijuana every day, 3 or 4 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
And one day the Lord just spoke to him about it, that we're not to have any master other than God. And the Lord said to him, you have a master. It's marijuana. It controls your whole life. So he made a decision he wasn't going to smoke anymore. He said there was a whole world I never knew existed.
I guess so.
I would
No,
assume.
he said the colors, everything in life just changed for me. He said I was literally mastered by what I thought was my need for marijuana. And he said when I quit, there was a whole world I never
I don't
knew
think he was
existed.
smoking weed, people. I think he was smoking something else.
No, he
so the
probably
colors
just
changed
too
and all
much.
that.
Everything changed. Well, he just lived in a marijuana fog.
He's probably looking through a kaleidoscope his whole life.
Marijuana fog.
I went to when I
Hi,
was
Shirley. Hi, buddy.
when I was in college. I had to return a hat that I bought from the store in Delaware, and the guy was like in his 30s, maybe early 40s at the hat store. So I went to go return it. I had the receipt. I bought it 3 days ago. The guy said, "Oh yeah, this goes against our policy."
Because you smoked weed when you had it on?
What? No. What? What? No. So he looked at the receipt.
Remember,
I said,
Dave smoked weed when he brought it in.
I had that receipt and I had the hat. I said, "Here, I want to return this." He said, "Here's the receipt." Says, "Yeah, it's beyond our policy. It's too late for you to return it." I said, "Look at the date." He said, "Yeah, it says 2021." I said, "Look at the date." He said, "Oh, it says 2022. I'm sorry, I smoked a lot of weed." This is what he said to me. He literally said that to me. I was like,
I believe it.
All right, let's keep moving. It's riskier. I want to get to what God has to say.
the use of marijuana also impairs short-term memory and judgment and distorts perception, which can lead to poor school or work performance, not to mention the danger when driving while high. Also, per NIDA, using marijuana during adolescence may lead to more problematic use of marijuana in the future or an increased risk of addiction later in life.
It's the gateway.
Right. Permanently, but it takes time. We know if you stop smoking, you get better, but it takes days to weeks, said Dr. Habushi.
Abushi. Yeah. Abushi.
All
All
right. Both
right.
are smoking weed.
All right, here's our summary, Martino.
If you use marijuana, you're going to smell like hell. It's important to understand. I added that. It's important to
This is our
understand.
summary, so
Yeah.
who cares?
It's important to understand how it may affect you. Marijuana has been demonstrated to be helpful for some health conditions, but he's
high.
Contradiction?
no,
Contradicted.
no.
Whatever.
Contrary.
Contradict.
If none of us can say it, it doesn't
Yeah,
exist.
yeah,
In other
yeah.
situations, furthermore, keep in mind that despite the perception that vaping marijuana is safer than smoking it, vaping is harsher on the lungs. All that to get to the end.
And I would say that probably vaping is harsher on the lungs, period. If it's harsher on the lungs with marijuana, I would think vaping is harsher on the lungs, period.
Nicotine.
Well, whatever it is. You know? So, what does God have to say about using marijuana? All right. First of all, let's start with this premise. All things that God made were good. Everything that he made. The Creator pronounces all foods good. It says, then God said, let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds. And it was so. And the land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed, according to their kinds, and the trees bearing fruit with seed in it, according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. So everything God made, when he looked at it, he said it was good.
All right, so what about the poisonous plants?
All right, let's get there for a moment. Poisonous plants are good. They have their right usage. There are times that we literally put poison in certain herbs and so forth, and it kills the bad that's within us. In a sense, chemo is poison.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
You know what I mean? So again, everything God made, he says, has its usage. Read Genesis 2:9.
Sure. Out of the ground the Lord God made to spring up every tree, that is pleasant to the sight and good for food.
Semaj, Mark 7:19.
For it doesn't go into their heart, but into their stomach, and then out of the body. In saying this, Jesus declared all foods clean.
And somebody said that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you know, when people come to me and they say, I've been trying to quit smoking for I forget how many years, and I just can't quit smoking. And I say to them, let's stop for a moment as a Christian, and let's think this through. The reason why that troubles you, really above everything else, is because other Christians are telling you should quit. That's number one. I said, number two, it's something people can see. Look at all the sins in our lives that people can't see. You know, the bitterness, the anger, the judgment, all those things that God sees that we don't see.
Right.
So as Christians, when I grew up in the Holiness Church, you know, we judged everybody on what we could see.
Right.
And I never forget the time I saw two elders in the church and they wouldn't shake hands.
Oh,
That's crazy.
And I was a kid and I thought, wow, what was that? See, now I saw that visibly, but God had seen that for years because that's what was in their hearts.
Right.
They weren't able to resolve their difference. So what I'm saying is we have a tendency to judge what we can see. So we see somebody smoking, we say, oh, we know that's not good for them, that's a filthy habit, and we judge them. But God said it's not what a person takes into their stomach that defiles them. It's what comes out of their mouth. Because out of the heart, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Right.
So we're really sentenced and judged by what comes out of our mouth because that is what was in our hearts. So as Christians, especially us growing up in a holiness movement, and if you come out of a Pentecostal holiness movement, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Everything is judged by what we see. And God doesn't judge by what we see. Yes.
Both are addiction if you're giving your soul and time towards something other than the Word and the Creator. Everything has its purpose and use, but can't abuse. It's what we put out.
That is absolutely correct. So everything God has made is for our good. I mean, we could look at the boundaries in life, in marriage, in sex, in love, everything. Everything God has placed, everything has a boundary. And when we cross the boundary, it becomes sin. When we stay in the context of what he says is right and wrong, it's not. So sex can be right, sex can be wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Marijuana can be right, marijuana can be wrong.
so what's the conclusion? Can Christians smoke weed?
Well, let's look at it then and now, and then we'll finish up.
Okay.
So the University of Mississippi has been testing marijuana samples confiscated in the United States since the 70s.
Wow.
They found, with popular belief, today's marijuana is 57 to 67% more potent
Wow.
when compared to samples in the 70s. So automatically it's stronger.
Well, I believe in the 70s there was one strand, and then somehow whatever they did, isn't there all different types now?
Are
A
there?
bunch of different stuff now, yeah.
Well, don't they like genetically like alter it
I'm
and
sure.
modify and all that?
They like cross different things and do it.
Yeah.
And they load it with fentanyl or whatever else, right?
No, I don't know about
Jeez.
that. No.
Yeah.
Not
How come these people die?
That's not natural.
Oh
That's
yeah,
something-
like
somebody
maybe
that
people
know
on the
that.
street, but
Yeah.
not from the store.
Okay.
Yeah, you could just go to the store, anybody,
That ain't no
as
lie.
long as
That's
you're.
somebody in their house.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but no one. No,
but you can
there's
buy
no
it here just like
fentanyl
alcohol.
growing
You
out
have
of
to
the
be
ground.
21.
No,
You
I'm
go right
just
to the
talking
store.
about what you can buy.
On the street,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in Jersey you can go right to the store. You just got to be 21. You just go to the store.
All right.
Yeah.
So any other comments we have? We really didn't. We got it all from Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, there was 15 people, steady
Yeah.
15 at a time, but nobody's really...
Made any
Nice
comments.
shirts, great topic, what would Jesus do? That's
All
what I
right.
got for you.
Well, see that? Our Instagram followers were the ones who
Instagram
did all
was-
their
oh,
comments.
All right, so
Awesome.
let's answer the question. Is it okay for Christians to smoke weed?
So again, I think we need to come back. It's all predicated upon the need, how much, right? And why are you doing it? I think that's
what
the key.
that's what
Someone said, would this be a question of intention, smoking weed for the high/good feeling versus the medicinal purpose of psychological therapy?
Yes, but there are a lot of things we do that give us a high, and they're not wrong.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, we go to a park and we ride a roller coaster
Or what,
because
go to
it
your
gives
sports-
us a
go to
thrill,
an
or
Eagles
go to an
game.
Eagles game
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, take an even
So-
different approach. When some people are sick and they take NyQuil, you have to be 18 or older to buy NyQuil in CVS.
Yeah, that's
because
right.
it gives you a high feeling.
Really?
I think the person's
Yeah.
correct. It's what is the intent? You know, the intent is just like drinking alcohol. If you drink alcohol to get smashed, the Bible condemns drunkenness. It does not condemn drinking, right?
Right.
And I would say the same is true of marijuana.
So let's get back to the beginning. In moderation, it's legal in New Jersey.
Or what is the purpose?
And what's the
It
purpose?
doesn't master you. If anything masters us outside of Christ, it's wrong. Right?
I agree.
It could be a relationship. I mean, look at the book of Ezra. When God made those priests put away their wives, I mean, that men wept, but they tainted and stained the pure line that the priesthood was supposed to have. And so one of the reasons for divorce is it hijacks our calling. And so it hijacked the priest's calling, and they had to put their wives away, and they had to marry Israelites, because that was the only way the line of the Messiah could stay intact. So again, I think it comes back to, is this our master, or have we mastered it?
Right.
Right?
So to answer the question, yes, but with the right intent.
Well, not only intent, but or purpose.
Yes. So yes, with the right intent or purpose.
Or purpose.
Right.
Would you agree with that, Chad?
No, but I have a question. So if
Yeah.
our bodies are holy temples and there's adverse effects of marijuana, aren't we destroying the temple?
I would agree, but again, it comes back to what's the purpose.
What's the
Because
purpose?
there were usages. Remember fibromyalgia? Forget it.
We're all high.
We all have them.
We're all high today.
But you know, there were certain uses where it was obvious. Epilepsy.
Yeah.
If you took a little bit before an anxious situation, it calmed. But if
Yeah,
you did
that's
too
in
much,
two puffs, but then people
2 or 3. Yeah, they're
People-
smoking a joint for 10 minutes or
Then their
whatever.
heart rate went
Yeah.
up and all
Someone said, but can't we fix ourselves without medicine? Wouldn't that be a control over ourselves?
Not necessarily.
that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't fix cancer, or you can't fix
Yeah.
fibromyalgia. You can't.
No.
You guys have a
Epilepsy.
cancer and someone just say, I'll
let's-
just pray over you.
No, and I like Chad's question, but let's come back to the verses. Everything God created, He looked at and said it was very good. So if everything God has created is very good, everything has its usage in its proper place for our good.
William said
Everything.
again, sorry, never for fun.
Never for fun.
Mm-hmm.
He said.
Well, that's because the purpose is different than.
The purpose or the intent. What's behind that. I understand.
Yeah, it's like same thing with opioids. I hate them. I had one in the surgery. I never did it again.
They
You know,
make me throw up.
Oh, they were awful.
Well, it's
And
like-
they
it's
do
like-
more than that. They bind you up and then make you throw up. And
It's like Percocet. Like,
That's
it's
what he's
good.
talking about.
So,
Yeah.
So, PB, if you could sum this whole thing up, what's your concluded statement?
well, I think that was Chad's question. Would that be yours?
What?
I think we just answered it. In summary, I believe that everything God created has its purpose in its right place, using it for the right reason. And
Amen.
that's true of marijuana. It's true of everything we may look at as a negative, alcohol. But I have to say, I've never seen anything good.
Yeah, what's the positives with alcohol?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen
The sour stomach, the Bible says wine, right?
Well, it says it,
Yeah,
it
wine
drowns your
messes
sorrow.
Wine
messes me. Drowns your sorrow. You know, wine is for those who are sorrowful. But I mean, Jesus drank
I would
wine.
do
That was
that.
fermented wine, but it wasn't 18 or 20%.
How do you know?
Because the percentage is the same thing with marijuana. It's like a cooler today. It would be like a wine cooler, 2 to 3%.
But how do you really know?
Well, that's what history tells us. I
Okay.
don't know. That's what history tells us.
Oh,
But anyway, all right,
great.
we've been on long enough. It was good seeing
Hey, on
everybody.
that note, don't forget to
Oh wait, let's
share.
show our shirts one more time. Come
Don't
on,
forget
for
to
people who just tuned in.
Oh my God!
All right, who's next? Chairs are very stable.
Smoking. All right, yeah, high as a kite.
So there we go.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. And why are you telling me that? Stop gossip.
All right.
Hey, don't
so let's
forget to
close
share,
out.
like, and if there's a topic that you would like us to discuss right here on HJL-Live, put in the comments, and John will be sure to let PB know. Speaking of PB, what's the sermon this week at the Gloucester County Community
So I got a
Church?
text from Pastor Blake, and he says, I'm getting ahead of you. Here's the topic.
Nice.
It's better than Jonah.
Okay.
So we've been talking about, like, grace better than the law, and he's looked at all these characters. And this week it's grace, it's better than Jonah.
And when will you be preaching it, Pastor Bruce?
TGIF.
TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday. I'm speaking on Good Friday at the church.
Nice. All right,
All right,
well,
let's
you guys
close.
ready to give a
Get our
blessing?
shirts in
on
here,
one,
yeah.
2, 3.
Live for Jesus, and even a bad day will be a good day. Order your shirts. Send us a note. We'll make sure you get one.
See y'all later.
See y'all
Bye.
later.